Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, bolo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Guru Haribo, 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 Guru Haribo. Nitai Guru Haribo, 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 Guru Haribo. Sai Guru Premanande.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivadadhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivadadhari. Shodanandana Vrajajhana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vrajajhana Ranjana. Yamuna Thira Vanachari. Yamuna Thira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivadadhari. Shodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Shodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Jamunatina Vanachari. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. 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 Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Privajikacharya Stotara Satashishi Maharaj Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Chirabhupadi Ki Nityalir Pavishta Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Privajikacharya Stotara Satashishi Maharaj Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavindi Ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की Vrindavan Dham ki, Mathura Dham ki, Navadvip Dham ki, Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Jagannath Swami ki, Ganga Mai ki, Jamuna Mai ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Hare Krishna Mahantra ki, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Narayana namaskritya narum chevam naruttamam devim saraswati vyasam tato jayam udhirayat. Nashta praiswa bhadesu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavata tamustuke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So this afternoon's lecture is given the title Acting for Krishna. Acting for Krishna. So we know that we use our senses for acting. So it's really going to be about how to use the senses to serve Krishna. Acting for Krishna. So that is the main thing. And we'll take the text from Bhagavad Gita. So if you have your cell phones, you can pull up Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 64. Or you can also just repeat after me. That's all. Chapter 2, text 64. So we'll do just call and response. So please repeat. Raga, Dvesha, Vimuktes, Tu, Vishayam, Indriyesh, Charan, Atma, Vashe, Vidheyatma, Prasadam, Adigachati. Okay, let's continue. Raga, attachment. Dvesha, and detachment. Vimukte, by one who has become free from. Tu, but. Vishayan, sense objects. Indriye, by the senses. Charan, acting upon. Atma Vashe, under one's control. Vidheya Atma, one who follows regulated freedom. Prasadam, the mercy of the Lord. Adigachati, attains. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulated principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Please repeat. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is already explained that one may externally control the senses by some artificial process. But unless the senses are engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, there is every chance of a fall. Although the person in full Krishna consciousness may apparently be on the sensual plane, because of his being Krishna conscious, he has no attachment to sensual activities. The Krishna conscious person is concerned only with the satisfaction of Krishna and nothing else. Therefore, he is transcendental to all attachment and detachment. If Krishna wants, the devotee can do anything which is ordinarily undesirable. And if Krishna does not want, he shall not do that which he would have ordinarily done for his own satisfaction. Therefore, to act or not to act is within his control because he acts only under the direction of Krishna. This consciousness is the causeless mercy of the Lord, which the devotee can achieve in spite of his being attached to the sensual platform. Oma Gyana Timirandasya Gyana Gyana Shalakaya Chakchu Umilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharini Nirveshesha Sunyavari Paschatyari Sitarini Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratiše Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. The English translation again. Yes. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. So Krishna is saying this, Hare Krishna. A person free from attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. So this text tells us how we get prasadam, the mercy of the Lord. I know we think prasadam is after when we go downstairs, we start eating. That's prasadam. That's also the mercy of the Lord, because the Lord has eaten first and is giving us his remnants by his mercy. So prasadam is called mercy, the complete mercy of the Lord. So a person who is able to control the senses and literally is living life understanding that the material aspect is only necessary for the body, but we are not these bodies. We have heard so many times situations that come up. What happened? Somebody has left the body. The body was never us. Even though that's what we see with our senses, we don't see the soul. The soul is very, very, very tiny. It's atomic, but it is there. It is because of the soul that there is consciousness at all in this body. If the soul leaves, the body will have all the parts there, but it can't do anything. So we are actually the souls, and we say the soul is a small in terms of size, 1/10,000 the tip of a hair. It is that way because we are here in the material world. That's not the soul's normal size. This is prison size. You have to understand that. We're not able to use it. It's jail size. When we go back to the spiritual world, it will grow to its full dimensions and form and everything. So how to get ourselves back to the spiritual world? We have to develop love for Krishna. And when you love somebody, you tend to do things for them. You use the senses to do things for them. You don't expect any payback. That's an employer-employee relationship. That's, okay, I do this for you and you give me this. That's a business arrangement. But for loving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we serve without expecting anything. And the more we think that way, the closer we get to pure devotional service. What we do is devotional service if we don't expect anything. That is already devotional. But the consciousness has to be right. And we'll talk about that, different things that the consciousness is supposed to understand in serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, one, a person that is free from attachment to material things, just to gratify the senses. Life in this material world is being lived by the majority of people to try to satisfy their senses. For them, life is, I find a way to earn money, pay my bills so that I can live and be able to get around. And as much as I can, I'll just look through town advertisements to see things that are available and just go be part of it so that I can enjoy my senses and then come home and start all over. Go earn money, go different places, and enjoy ourselves. So this thing can be repeated over and over and over again. And that type of enjoyment has an end every time. It has an end. Spiritual activities, which we call devotional service, is never ending. Even after we die, it doesn't end. It does not. We'll just use a different set of senses to do service again. This time the senses of the soul. Right now we're using the senses of the body. Because we are in this material world, which is Krishna's house of correction. So that would continue. Spiritual activities. Now, we have to, since we have a choice of using our senses to do material things or using our senses to serve spiritually, then Krishna is saying, you get the mercy from the Lord if by our own choice we free ourselves from material attachment. So Srila Prabhupada says in the purport, it's already explained that one may externally control the senses by some artificial process. And there are people who are like that. They go through some sort of meditation and they sit and they just, try to concentrate on the tip of their nose and close their eyes. And Srila Prabhupada said, I've seen so many people do that and they wind up sleeping. I have seen. He said, I have seen. They sleep. Devotional service does not involve sleeping. But there are people who do that. Say, I'm just trying to control my senses. And then worse, they concentrate on the void. What's the void? Nothing. Where is there nothing? I don't know what they say they're concentrating, but we won't beat them down so much. We don't live like that anyway. Our senses are to be used to serve the Lord. Srila Prabhupada says, a person in full Krishna consciousness, that is, they have just dedicated their lives to Krishna, surrendered to Krishna. When they serve, they may be, from the outside, it may seem that they are doing things out of passion for themselves in this worldly activities. But because the person is Krishna conscious, he has no attachment to these material activities. The person will do only what's necessary to keep going. That's important to do because we still have these bodies, so it's important to do that, or necessary to do that. We're kind of, stuck with this body for a period of time, while everybody else in the spiritual world is having a great time. we're trying to manage with the body that we have here. Now, those in the spiritual world do exactly the next thing the Srila Prabhupada is telling us. The Krishna conscious person is concerned only with the satisfaction of Krishna and nothing else. The Krishna conscious person is concerned only how to satisfy Krishna's senses and nothing else. This is why the gopis, the cowherd ladies in Vrindavan are praised so much, because their life, their thinking in every moment is about how to serve Krishna. You get up in the morning, Krishna. You're doing the activities, Krishna. You'll be singing Krishna's song. Mother Yashoda was doing that. Even when Krishna leaves to go to tend to the cows, he was tending to the cows when he was younger, and then after 6 years old, then they gave him the cows. But as Krishna is gone, Mother Yashoda is thinking about him. The gopis are thinking about him. He's with the cowherd boys and Balaram, and they're tending to the cows. And Mother Yashoda is home making songs about Krishna. Making songs about Krishna. So they think of Krishna the whole time. And how to serve him and what he's going to need and so on. Krishna finishes the day having great times with the cowherd boys, and depending on what Kamsa is planning to do, because he was always concerned about Krishna is going to kill me, Krishna is going to kill me. I'll send demons to try to get rid of him. So at some point, and I know there are different pastimes involving Krishna killing demons, but actually, there was a demon coming every single day. Every single day. A particular demon was coming. So there would have been a lot to write in the Srimad Bhagavatam, can't to the list all of them. So some of them were listed. But demons coming every single day. And it was like, interestingly enough, it was close to lunchtime they would come. So Krishna has a workout just before lunch. This is what was going on. And the cowherd boys just watch the scene. They already know Krishna will win. But every way in which Krishna killed the demon was different. So the Krishna doesn't do anything monotonous at all. He do something different. He kills the demon. And they are all, cowherd boys are just so ecstatic. Then they have their lunch. And then in the evening, towards the evening, sometimes when they overstay, then Mother Rohini will come and say, hey, you have to come home. But when they're coming home, Krishna particularly, this is where it really touches or should touch our hearts. Krishna, when he gets to the houses where the gopis are, the young gopis, they're there, they know he's coming. He deliberately walks slowly. He deliberately walks slowly so that the gopis can feast on his body and how attractive he is. So he walks deliberately slowly. And they won't come out now, but they will send, the gopis won't come out. But they are in the windows watching. And they watch and watch and watch and watch until Krishna disappears from their view. So they were thinking of Krishna the whole time. And then Mother Yashoda gets Krishna. Then in the evening, he just basically takes a nice bath and so on. And the other gopis in their homes think Krishna is going home. I wish Krishna was in my house. But he's going to Mother Yashoda's house. And Krishna knows that. So then Krishna made a whole plan with Lord Brahma for Lord Brahma to get bewildered and not realize that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that little wonderfully looking young man with the other cowherd boys. And he decides to take the cows and the cowherd boys. And the way it's described, he started with the cows. And he deliberately, now remember, Lord Brahma is the one that created the varieties, and so many things he could do. So what he did was that the cows started eating. The cowherd boys could see them where they were. And then they were playing. Cowherd boys were playing. Lord Brahma deliberately began to sweeten the taste of the grass that was a little bit further away from the cows. And the cows noticed that. So they just kept going, oh, this is a little sweet. And they take a few more steps and a few more steps, nothing. And then, after a period of time, they had disappeared from the sight of Krishna's cowherd friends. And they were playing still. And so when they disappeared from their sight, that's when Lord Brahma got them, the cows. Mm. And so when they came to it, looked around, wait a minute, cows are not here. Krishna says, don't worry, I'll go look for them. So then he left. So then the cowherd boys were around by themselves. Lord Brahma came and snatched them too. And this is how he got cowherd boys and cows. Put them in a cave, not for very long, by his time. But for our time, that's 1 year. And Krishna, because he wanted to satisfy his devotees who always wished that Krishna would come to their house, so he said, this is the time to do this. He made himself, he expanded himself to look like all of the cowherd boys that have been taken by Lord Brahma. He expanded to look just like them, not only by appearance, but their mannerisms and everything that they had. And he went home. So everybody went home. And the cows also. He expanded himself because Lord Brahma had taken the cows and the boys. So he expanded himself to look like the cows and look like the boys. And he knew, Lord knows everything. He knew which cow went where. Every situation that was normally done, he did that and went home to these cowherd women. Therefore, they thought that their sons had come home. But they felt greater love for this unknown, but looking like their sons that had come to their house. Great love for them. This is Krishna. When we open our hearts to serve him, he would give us all sorts of intriguing situations that are very enjoyable. That is Krishna. This is what happened to the cowherd ladies, the cowherd boys, and so on. But it's because their hearts are connected with Krishna so much. They think about Krishna so much. That Krishna did this for them. Yes, he would always go to Mother Yashoda's house, and these other mothers were wishing they could serve him the way Mother Yashoda serves his son, wonderful son Krishna. And so Krishna planned that. So Lord Brahma has 4 heads. 2 sets of heads were looking in the cave that he had put the cows and the cowherd boys in a sleeping mode. And this is 1 year, so the day comes, here's Krishna. He's come out, and these are all these cowherd boys who are also Krishna, and the cows of Krishna, they will all come out. They are in the field. Lord Brahma says, I thought I had them in the cave. But who were these? They look exactly like the ones that I got. So 2 sets of eyes. There's 4 heads. Each head has 2 eyes. So there's 4 eyes looking at the cave, and he could simultaneously look at the field with the other 2 heads and the 4th set of eyes. He could see both. So he became very bewildered. And then, towards the end, that 1 year, Krishna actually played a trick on Lord Brahma. But in the meantime, the mothers had really had wonderful association with Krishna, looking like their sons for a whole year. And so Krishna just changed himself. Now he was going to send a message by his action to Lord Brahma. So he changed himself to look like himself. Vishnu form, 4-handed form. all of the cowherd boys and all of the cows that were Krishna, that Brahma didn't know, he was very confused, changed into Vishnu forms. Now that sent a message to Brahma right away. That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hmm? And so Brahma finally came down, because after he changed himself like that to all Vishnu forms, then he became one, the same cowherd boy, same size, just only one, with his snacks and so on that the mother has given in his lunch bag. Lord Brahma looked at it and said, "What have I done?" It became clear to him he was dealing with Krishna. Mm. He came to ask for pardon, what he had done, and had the cows and the cowherd boys to come back. Now, that's one of the pastimes in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The important thing is, if we begin to serve Krishna from the bottom of our hearts, he will involve us in pastimes, not exactly like what the cowherd boys went through, but this is not an exclusive reaction or exclusive relation of Krishna with the cowherd boys. It's not. Everybody, every single soul has the opportunity to have relations with Krishna. Hmm? Yes, we are supposed to serve as the servants of the Lord. But His Holiness Chandramali Swami gave an analogy, like the service that we give to Krishna in the spiritual world. It's like a servant and his master is a governor. The governor lives in a mansion. Wealth is around him. This is the nature of the position. He lives very well. And so the governor's servant, the governor's servant lives where the governor lives. Therefore, the opulence that the governor enjoys is also enjoyed by the servant, just because they live in the same area, same proximity. So the servant, what does he need? Nothing. Everything is provided. As a matter of fact, Srila Prabhupada explained this, that the servants of Krishna enjoy even more than Krishna. And he explained how that happens. He says, take a master who has so much wealth. So in the afternoon, he's going to have lunch. His servant comes with so many different preparations. Now, is the rich man going to eat all of them? Finish the entire thing? No, he doesn't have a tummy for it. Therefore, he eats a little, tastes some of them, wonderful preparations, and he's full. All these preparations. Where does the rest, all of that go? Guess who gets it? The servant does. So the servant has the same quality and greater quantity even than the master. This is what happens in the spiritual world, literally. So the service that we give to Krishna is actually sweet, very sweet in the spiritual world. Here, we're practicing to have the right consciousness, practicing to have the right attitude towards service, and Sri Srinitai Gaura Chandra Ki. So this is our practice. Now, to relate to Krishna is ordinarily not an easy thing. To relate in bhakti, we could go on explaining quite a few reasons why that is the case. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made it a simplified way by us just chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The mantra has all the energies, as he explains in the Shikshastika. All the energies of the Lord are invested in the mantra. So when we chant, our responsibility is to try to focus the mind when we're chanting. And if we chant, and one of the ways to focus is, actually there are a number of ways, but one of them is to pronounce the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra words distinctly. Try to pronounce it distinctly. And I remember Govinda Maharaj, he was getting on his disciples like anything. You have to Hare Krishna, Hare, move your lips. So he was getting on their case. So you have to. But if you do that, because you normally, if you move your lips, then you won't just mumble. You won't, because you move your lips. Therefore, the words will come out clearly. And you also have to put in an effort to do that. Therefore, you remember what you're doing. It helps you to be steady. And we also can look at pictures of Radha Krishna, pictures of spiritual master, pictures of, sometimes we have description of some parts of the spiritual world. And I know when Danu Dharma said that some of these pictures are like windows to the spiritual world, the ones that we see, the ones with the environment and so on. So then our minds will be on that. Our eyes will be looking at it. Our ears will be hearing. Our mouths will be chanting distinctly. And with that, we'll have better focus in the chanting. And from doing that, we develop love for the Lord. The mantra does that kind of work, but making us get slowly more and more attached to Krishna, and therefore worldly activities don't become important to us anymore. Worldly enjoyment type of activities don't become important to us anymore. So then we turn our attention to Krishna. So we have to do things based on what Krishna wants us to do. Srila Prabhupada makes it clear, if Krishna wants, then the devotee that is surrendered to Krishna can do anything ordinarily undesirable. Case in point, Arjuna didn't want to fight. But because Krishna wanted Arjuna to fight, Krishna explained a few things which is in the Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna decided to fight for Krishna. Not for him, for Krishna. And the decision that he had to make was a difficult one, because you had to fight people who actually raised him and taught him, and he still had to fight them. But he did it because Krishna wanted it. And that is what we should be about. I know, and we all know, that we're vegetarian. We're vegetarian because Krishna is asking us to eat like that. As Srila Prabhupada the other day was explaining, if Krishna wanted us to eat meat, we will be eating meat. So we eat what Krishna wants us to eat. And he has given us the diet that we have now. So some of our gurus have coined a way to describe the type of food eaters that we are. I know the regular thing is vegetarian, but to make a point, and I know Chanamaya Swami used that word, he coined the word called Krishnatarian. We eat what Krishna wants us to eat, and we do what Krishna wants us to do. And that way, he gives us the causeless mercy like that. Therefore, the causeless mercy is available, but we have a choice. We have a free choice. Krishna wants us to choose between him or the material energy. Actually, we can't choose anything outside of Krishna because he owns the material energy also. But when we choose to serve him, then that is his internal energy that we're connecting with. If we serve our senses for material things, that is his external energy or separated energy that we're connecting with. But he doesn't want that. If we serve him directly, then we'll be happy. And if we serve the material energy, try to get enjoyment from the material energy, we don't say we serve. We just want to enjoy ourselves. But actually, the material energy controls us, so we wind up serving. In the real sense of the word, we wind up serving. But we won't be happy that way. So the causeless mercy for us prisoners is available if we want it. That's if we want it. And so the pure devotees of the Lord, Srila Prabhupada, is encouraging us. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to show us how to develop love of Godhead by chanting in order to be liberated. Liberated means that connected already to the spiritual world, even though we're here. Hmm? And when we do that, we will also be happy. And our behavior will also improve. This is all from chanting and chanting seriously. But we should want to chant. That's the difference. We should want to do it. We will not be forced to do it. Hmm? So in a morning walk, Shiv Prabhupada had morning walk sometimes in the day. There's been a funny story behind this. He was sick. He went to, the devotees took him to a doctor. The doctor examined, this is Shiv Prabhupada. Doctor examined him and said, Swamiji, there are two things you have to do. Hmm? You pray too much. You have to cut down on your prayers. Obviously, Shiv Prabhupada ignored that. And he also said you need to exercise, go for walks. Hmm? I also found out now that when you get older, usually your doctor will tell you that the exercise means you have to walk. See, Papa was also at that age, so that he took, go on a morning walk. So this is in Los Angeles in the morning, April 21st, 1973. He started explaining things. The wonderful thing about morning walks, and if you be able to get it on the internet, please listen to it. Because devotees tend to ask all kinds of questions. Not necessarily from a Shastra, just sometimes even go on debates with Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada will always win. But they'll get more information about things that they've learned before or they've gotten to know before, and they're not the right things. So Srila Prabhupada is saying this morning that devotees, bhaktas, they don't require to control their senses separately. Acting with the senses for Krishna. We don't need to control our senses separately like the yogis do. Because to be engaged in devotional service means controlling the senses. Use the senses for devotional service. And then he started giving examples. Suppose you're engaged in worshiping the deity, which is going on now, this is being given, Boga, or cleansing the room, the temple room, or decorating the deity and the kitchen, making food stuff for the deity. Everything nicely. Now, that is the important point. We have to do things nicely for the Lord. Never force anything. Or just go through it like it doesn't matter so much. I'm supposed to finish this. I'll finish it so I can go do what I want to do. No, we have to do everything nicely. And then our senses are engaged because we are doing things in devotional service. So if they're engaged, then where's the chance of the senses being diverted to something else when they're engaged? The senses are controlled. So we control our senses by engaging them in service to the Lord. We don't like yogis that try to. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Krishna says, Hishikesha, Hishikena, Hishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchate. Bhakti means just simply engage the service, engage the senses in the service of Hishikesh, the master of the senses. Krishna is called Hishikesh. Hishik means senses, and Hishikesh means master of the senses. But now, many of us have senses engaged for sense gratification. I am this body, therefore I have to satisfy my senses. Now, Srila Prabhupada says, when we think that way, that is a contaminated stage of life. The contaminated stage. It will never make us happy, actually. But when one comes to the understanding that we're not this body, I am spirit, soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna, therefore my senses should be engaged in the service of the supreme spiritual being, Krishna. That is what is wanted. And when we act that way, that's called mukti. We're liberated. Mentally, we're liberated. Even though we're still in this jail, but we're not thinking to live a jail life. Because the jail life means satisfying our own senses, but devotees serve to satisfy the senses of Krishna. Mm. So that's our original constitutional position. Jiva Swarupoi Nitya Krishna Das. We are servants of the servants of the servants. Srila Prabhupada says, the more we think ourselves servant of the servant of the servant, 1,000 times down, the more advanced we are. And when we think that we are masters, he said, then we'll go to hell. That's how he put it. Mm? So, servant of a servant of a servant. Servant of a servant who? Well, the other servants are devotees of the Lord. Therefore, servant of a servant means we have to serve the devotees. That's what it means. We have to serve the devotees. In as many ways as possible, the nectar of instruction gives even exchanges of love and serving devotees. And some of the things that we advise is when you're talking with devotees, just conversing with devotees, usually they'll tell you some things that's going on in their life, including some of the problems. We're all used to talking about those so we can share things with you, tell them. Listen closely. And whatever they tell you, try to see how you can help solve that problem. Don't tell them I'll do this for you. No, just plan and get a solution and present that as a gift for that person to solve their problem. You will have very good relations with that person because they will be very pleasantly surprised that anybody even, I'm just saying it, this is happening, this is happening. But then you've gone out of your way to help. That's serving the servant. So we are conditioned. And so we are out of our original constitutional position. Mm-hmm. But when we serve the Lord, then the practice to be taken back to our original position in the spiritual world, we're already doing here. Mm-hmm. And so devotee association becomes very important because that's where we get an opportunity to serve devotees. We can serve others, but serving devotees give special spiritual credits. When we serve non-devotees, it improves our relationship. An advantage to that is that if our relationship between them is improved because they see us as nice people, then they will assume also that whatever we connected with has to be also good. Mm? You don't have a good person doing demonic things or in a demonic organization. It doesn't work like that. So even if they don't know anything about Hare Krishna, but because we're nice to them and serve them and be caring and compassionate, then they'll say, whatever we're doing, that must be good. So they may not know about it, but they'll assume it's good. And therefore, if we have the opportunity to be invited, and as far as invitation, one of the easiest places, people like to have fun, right? Sense gratification, invite them to Rath Yatra. The prasadam is out there. The singing is out there. Rath Yatra saved one young Mataji who came here for a little bit. And then she revealed that she was actually going to take her life that day that Harrisburg had Rath Yatra at City Island. He had decided she had had enough of life. And she was really motivated to do that because unfortunately, her brother had already committed suicide from, again, being disturbed about life. So she was going to take her life. But she was in Market Street, close to City Island. And you know how at theater is a whole microphone and people are singing. And so he heard it. She heard it and said, let me go find out what this is. So she wasn't going to stop taking her body. She just postponed it. I'm going to go look there. And she came, and she went up to, she's a white-bodied young lady. She saw one of the ladies, one of the devotees that used to come here. She's in Philadelphia now. His name is Bhakta Brett. So he walked up to Brett, and Brett said, what is going on here? And Brett is a very bubbly nature. And so Brett described as much as he could for her level to understand what this whole procession was about. And then Brett invited him, come. So Brett changed her day. It was the last day. It wound up not being the last day. Hmm? So service like that to devotees is wonderful. And of course, she came here. We had an opportunity to talk with her. And as she built a little bit more confidence in some of us, she revealed details. So actually, I've said a little bit. There's actually more to it than the situation. And she learned a few things. And then finally, I revealed to her, I said, it was nice that you came for our procession and a whole exhibit, a whole, the dancing and all of that, the whole festival. But it's not a good idea to leave the body like that. And I'll tell you what happens if a person leaves the body that way. I explain what the soul is, the soul will come out. But because you're supposed to live, say, 80 years before you die, and at 25 years old, you left the body. So you have what? The math. 55 more years that you should have lived, and they didn't. So you're going to be put in a body that doesn't have the kind that we have now, disembodied, because you decided to come out of the body. So you won't get another body like this anymore. And if you have 55 more years to live, you'll be in a body that's ethereal, specifically ghost body. So I said, that's what would have happened to you if you hadn't come. Actually, that's what your brother is going through. And as Radha Maharaj explained, ghosts go through a terrible, terrible time. Terrible time. They can't come back to a physical body. And all the others around them, the other ghosts, they are also frustrated because they want sense enjoyment and can't get it because you can't get it in the ghost body. So they're upset because they can't get to enjoy. So nobody is in a good mood there. So you're around people that simply they don't like you. And this is a life. So it's absolutely, absolutely horrible to try to take a body. And so, but it was from the Rath Yatra that this young lady heard it. The very next day, it was Saturday, Sunday, she was here. She came early in the morning. She came at 10 o'clock in the morning. The devotees were washing pans and so on that they used for prasadam. She came, she joined them, had a little child, she came with the child. And later on, that's how we met, and quite a number of devotees were very kind to her. So when we serve, and this is even somebody who was not a devotee, just serving like that, so much. Her life was saved, and therefore we offered some of the things that we could do, some counseling, so she could go on. But then she just gave the idea of committing suicide. Just gave it up because now she knows what's going to happen. It's not going to be good for her at all. So in many ways, we can serve verbally, just like we helped us. We can serve with what is available in the temple. We really, really, and the last point I want to make is we have to be very, very much aware that this is our spiritual home for now. This temple is our spiritual home for now. And therefore, it has to be kept in good shape. And in the material world, it takes finances to do that. Therefore, everybody should try to pitch in. Here, we don't talk about it so much because we don't concentrate so much on money. But the fact of the matter is the bills have to be paid. So there's no getting around that. So we should have the consciousness of, this is my temple. And I'm responsible. What I pitch in to do helps this situation from going on. I mean, keeps the situation going on. We're going to face challenges as a society, just like it is going on in Bangladesh, that some people want to make the whole place Islamic and going after the other religions. But of course, they are piling spiritual debt that's going to be absolutely horrible for them. Anyway, we have to help each other. That's what's important. help each other. So, in service, we have to serve with enthusiasm. We have to serve with determination. Sometimes tests may come, but it should never stop us from serving. Try not to mix material enjoyment with devotional service. Devotional service would make us very happy if we think more of that and push material enjoyment. Maharaji Shabbadev says in 5th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, you should detest sense gratification and don't make any arrangements for sense gratification. This is how I should put it. And this is text 10, 5, 5, 10 through 13 in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5, text 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now, the consciousness which you have to serving, we should consider ourselves fortunate to be serving Krishna. We should actually see ourselves fortunate to be serving Krishna because everyone else is serving their own senses. And even there's a chance that they won't even get a human body in the next life. But because we're serving Krishna, we will be assured of a better life after this one. No matter what happens, we'll have a better life after this one that we're in. So we serve from our hearts, which is like taking care of a baby. Those who have babies before, you are on the baby's time. This is how you should think in terms of service. That's the attitude, proper attitude towards devotional service. Then the service becomes devotion. Otherwise, it will be business as usual. So we have a wonderful opportunity here. Take advantage of it. And Srila Prabhupada will be happy, our gurus will be happy, and Krishna will be happy with us. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Are there any questions? If you are, you can raise your hand. You have one? Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
This question is from Mother Anusuya. She said, sometimes we think we know how to act and not act. Sometimes we make wrong choices and act or not to act. The senses are always telling us we are in control. So how can Krishna be in control so that we know whether to act or not act?
Krishna has actually told us what to do, what not to do in the Shastra. And Krishna has also given us the spiritual master to guide us on what to do and what not to do. And so they are available for us. There are senior devotees who've also learned the process by taking instructions from the spiritual master and reading the scriptures and hearing. And so if we go to them, take shelter of the scriptures, take shelter of Guru, and take shelter of the senior devotees, then we'll be taught how to act. Senior devotees especially, you find them practically everywhere. It's not every time that a guru comes to a temple, but the senior devotees are always here, and they always have, are ready to help. You take advantage of them, of what they know. And so the ones that you feel very comfortable with, you can even reveal your mind to them, some things that are bothersome, not just the service only, but they'll answer based on Krishna consciousness. They can answer like that. And that way, we can just go on. But you have to serve and serve and serve and serve, and this is how you're going to be happy. There's no question about it. Hare Krishna. Nice question. You have a question? Okay. I thought you had a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice lecture, nice description of the pastimes between Lord and Brahma Vimohan Leela also. You nicely explained how gopis and gopas continually think about the Lord and day and night, remembering different activities of the Lord. So I was just thinking on the point, as a devotee, how we can engage our mind in remembering the Lord all the time.
In remembering the Lord all the time. When we serve the Lord, because we are serving the Lord, we will remember the Lord. When we chant the holy name of the Lord, it helps us to remember the Lord. When we think of pastimes, especially one devotee of the Lord 5-year-old boy who only did that, just remember the Lord, and so many different types of danger that he could have been in, the Lord protected him from all of that. And that is Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj had a father who was demonic, and he wanted to teach the ways of sense gratification in the world. But Prahlad Maharaj was a devotee of the Lord right from the womb. He had been taught by Narad Muni. And so he came out a fully fledged and determined devotee who was actually preaching to his classmates about Krishna consciousness. Classmates were uh, the sons of other demons. And he was a son of a big demon, Hiranyakashipu. But he talked about Krishna consciousness. Sri Nitai Gaura Chandra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So like that, when his father, Hiranyakashipu, got really upset with him because everything that he asked him about what he had learned in school, he changed the answers to all Krishna conscious answers. And Hiranyakashipu didn't like that at all. And he's demonic, so he said, that's it, I'm going to get rid of you. He tried to kill Prahlad in different ways. He was unsuccessful because Prahlad was always remembering Krishna. Remembering Krishna. When you serve, you will remember Krishna. When you sing about Krishna, you remember Krishna. This is what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has asked us to do. Chant the holy name of the Lord in kirtan, jump up and down, forget the disco dancing, dance here in the temple. And then you also have Krishna Prasadam. So the Prasadam is the mercy of the Lord. It purifies our consciousness. And the holy name of the Lord purifies our whole being, like that. So it's actually a simple method or an enjoyable method. And still we can remember the Supreme Personality of God. Hear, chant, serve. And only one don't do. Don't offend other people. Don't offend. Because we can't go back to the spiritual world causing offenses. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your question. Yeah.
So I just
Now you have a question. Now holding the mic.
yeah, actually not a question, but like a realization on that point. This long weekend, the Brooklyn Temple, the BYS group or the Radhesham Prabhu's group, they had a retreat at the Vraj Temple here, and I went there for a little bit to attend the retreat. I couldn't attend because I had other services at the temple.
Yeah.
But for the little time that I was there, and they were kind of sharing their schedule during the retreat, the schedule was laid out in such a way that almost at every moment you're thinking of Krishna.
Oh, wonderful.
Like, it was like kirtan, followed by a seminar, followed by lunch, which is again prasadam, followed by seminar. And even at night, they'll have a kirtan that'll go late until night. And they'll say like, hey, you need to wake up early for chanting. So even when you're going to bed, you're just thinking like, I need to wake up early for chanting.
Good.
So even your sleep is, you're thinking of Krishna in some sense. So I was there for a little bit and I was like, this is what it means to have a very immersive experience where almost like literally 24/7, when they say think of Krishna, they were thinking of Krishna. So
Wonderful. Wonderful. The holy name. So as we hear in this that Jitmitra Prabhu explained, we should think in our own way how to always be thoughtful of Krishna in so many ways. And if you don't, discuss it among yourselves. What other things can we do? Just share among yourselves what you do. And somebody else might pick up from it and get some more ideas and how to share. Even in chanting, just watch those who are really, into the holy name, what they do, and try to mimic that. And after a while, you'll actually become natural to you also to chant. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Any last question? Okay, so we'll go to the next program then. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vaishnav Thakur ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bo. You have to go back to the tent. About to reach the tent one line. Get back to it. Right now, so. Talk to the house, yeah.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kebala Bhakati Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Bandamo Isabhadanama Te Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhava Toriya Jai. Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoy Te. Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoy Te. Guru Mukha Padma Pakya Chite Te Kariya Aikya. আর না করি হো মানে আশা আর না করি হো মানে আশা श्री गुरु चराने रति ऐसे उतामा गति जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते आभिद्य विनाशा जाते वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरित वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आधम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आधम जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना ओ हा हा प्रभु कर दया देह मरे पादा छाया हा हा प्रभु कर दया देह मरे पादा छाया ए बेजाज घुसुक्रे भुवाना श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावना जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय गुरुदेव निताय गुरु हरिवा 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 निताय गुरु हरिवा नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चादेशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदी गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदी गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदी गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Bolo, please sing. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Bolo, bolo. Hare Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Bolo. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Listen, Haribo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gara Chandra Gaura Hari, Nitai Gara Chandra Gaura Hari, Gara Gara Gaura Gaura Hari, Gara Gara Gaura Gaura Hari, Nitai Gara Chandra Gaura Hari, Nitai Gara Chandra Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura Hari Bo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
इस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रियवाचकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत्य श्रीमाद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की ISKCON founder चार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Glory to the Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Is the house full? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki. Nitya Gaurachandra ki. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki. Jai. I want to make a quick announcement before we get into the other part of the program, and we will tell why we are going to go into the other part of the program. One is we first want to welcome the devotees for our Sunday program. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for participating in the Sunday program. Nice to see all the kids, even though it's a Thanksgiving break. Very, very nice. Thank you so much. We want to remind devotees December 11th, Wednesday, is Gita Jayanti. And we will be reciting the Bhagavad Gita. I think it's an echo or something. I need to move or something. I don't know. Okay, thank you. We will be reciting the Bhagavad Gita English recitation December 11, 5 p.m. That is also Mokshada Ekadasi. That is also the day on the Vedic calendar that the Lord recited, actually not spoke the whole Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. And we will have the great fortune of doing it again. We do it every year. We don't get bored. We do it again as a reminder to all of us the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita spoken by the Lord to Arjuna, and it's going to be recited in English so that we all can benefit from the common, universal, so to speak, material language. So please do join us. It will be at 5 p.m. We will start right at 5 because we want to respect all the devotees' time being a weekday. And it is, we want to make sure that we end at 8 p.m. and we can be followed by light Ekadasi Prasadam. And this Tuesday is Facebook Giving Tuesday. As we mentioned last week, if you have noticed that the temple kitchen downstairs has gone through some serious upgrade and renovation. And that is because of your kind donation for the past 2 to 3 years. We are still trying to get the figures together. We just got a little bit more work to do. We want to put out the exact figures of how much we spent to renovate that kitchen. Wasn't an easy task. It was a lot of work, but it was only possible by your kind devotion. Yes, actually devotion. I should say that, and donation together, because it comes, as a bundle package. So it was because of that over the past 2 to 3 years that we put everything together and we were able to fix up the kitchen. So all glories to your service, all glories to your donation and your devotion. But of course, the Lord is always asking us to fix up his house because that's what he does best, how to keep us engaged. So our next project, and we're asking devotees on Giving Tuesday, which is coming up on Tuesday, we really want to renovate the prasadam ceiling. If some of you have noticed, there's one part of it where it's about to drop off. So we need to renovate the whole prasadam ceiling, not just one part. Sometimes we tend to think that we can do one part and it's not going to make it. That the Lord doesn't work that way. He wants everything pakka. That's just how he rolls. So we need to renovate, replace the whole prasadam ceiling downstairs. And we also want to upgrade the pantry where we keep all the bhoga for the Lord, all their supplies, their dal, their rice, and everything else across the kitchen. We want to focus on these two, which is our 2025 project, if the Lord is willing. So we are asking devotees, if you can please help us to spread the word to your friends, family, your congregation, your friends, whoever you know, to help us go deeper into their hearts, into their pockets, and donate generously so that we can upgrade these two areas, the prasadam ceiling and the pantry room across the kitchen, which really needs good attention actually. So before we end it, many of you have heard what has happened in ISKCON Bangladesh. It's a very sad situation. It's a very it's a turmoil. And today, all ISKCON temples around the world, global, are actually making extra prayers, extra chanting, extra Harinam, Nrsimha Arti, to help the situation in Bangladesh, to help the devotees of Bangladesh, but also to help the minority religion in Bangladesh. It's not just ISKCON Bangladesh only that's suffering. There are all other minor religions. And the only answer to such situation is the holy name. Sometimes we think that we have to go out and protest. That's not the answer. Prabhupada said that ISKCON is a peaceful organization. We are not a protest organization. We operate on peace. And the only way to do peace is to really trust in the holy name. I'll tell you a quick pastime, then we'll go straight into the Nrsimha Arti. Many, many years ago, when we were living in Gitanagari, I think it was 95 or 96, something like that. And we had famine. There was no rain for many months. Farmers were not able to do crops, and of course, when there's no groceries in the store, what happens? The prices get hiked up because the supply is low, the demand, the price goes up. And everybody was crying, what do we do? What do we do? So on the dam, we could only find two common vegetables, which is very staple in most ISKCON temples, is potato and cabbage. Now, we can't live on potato and cabbage every single day. It gets a little bit boring, So one time what we did was, my spiritual master said, go out and do Harinam. And I remember, instead of having morning class, we went out and did Harinam for 4 hours, from 8 a.m. to noon. We didn't stop. You know what happened? We had rain for 1 week after that. The power of the holy name is very powerful. It can break even Lord Indra's ego up there to bring down rain. So the holy name can make a change in a country as ISKCON Bangladesh. We just got to chant and believe and have faith in the holy name. And so my humble request to everybody here, as we're chanting the Nrsimha Arti, and we're going to go longer. It's not going to be 10 minutes. So if you're thinking that your tummy's a little bit hungry, sad to make you guys, disappointed, let's tell the tummy to wait a little bit more longer, because the devotees and the people in Bangladesh need our prayers more than our tummy needs our food. So please, as long as you can go, she's going to chant until we all about to faint, get hungry like really bad. But we really, really need to cry our hearts out with the holy name. Pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to bring peace in Bangladesh for everybody. We pray on that, and I think that's a beautiful prayer put out by Guru Prasad Swami, and I want to read that. I think it's really important, so that as we go into this prayerful mood, we can definitely think about this. Dear Lord Krishna, dear Lord Chaitanya, kindly bless and protect all the devotees and the religious minorities in Bangladesh. May the current social tensions be peacefully resolved, and may lasting harmony be established in the land of Bangladesh. Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai.
Namaste Nara Shimhaya. Namaste Nara Shimhaya. Praladadahine. Praladadahine. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha. Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha. Bahir Nrsimha Hirdaye Nrsimha. Bahir Nrsimha Hirdaye Nrsimha. Bahir Nrsimha Hirdaye Nrsimha. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade. Tava kara kamala vare nakha adhuta shringam dalita hiranyakashipo tanabringa Shavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare. Lalita Hiranyakashipu Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Gayana Shringadev Gayana Shringadev Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tano Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Avakaraka Adudashina Ahiranakashipu Bolo bolo Keshavadrita Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Keshavadrita Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Keshavadrita Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Nrsimhadev 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 Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please sing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, once more. Hare Krishna, Bolo bolo. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Haribol, Haribol, Nitai Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande Haribol. Mahaprasade Govinde, Namo Brahmane Vaishnave, Swarpa Punyamritam Rajan, Vishwashane Vijayate, Sharira Avidyajan, Jodindriya Tahe Kal, Jive Ple Vishaita Gore, Taramadrivayati, Lobamai Sudharmati, Takita Katina Samsare, Krishna Bada Doyamoy, Gadi Bada Jiva Joy, Swaprashad Anadilo Bhai, She Anamrita Pao, Radha Krishna Gunagao, Premadako Chaitanya Nitai, Jaini Ma Jaini Tai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mahaprasadam ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna. Jai. Please take darshan of the deities, take Charnamrit, and Prasadam is served downstairs. Haribol.
Hare Rama,